everyone. My name is Mapulusi and welcome to the Diary of an Artist. On today's episode, I'll be having a conversation with Ntate Moleele, Ntate Josias Moleele, the director and the writer of the show being done at the Market Theatre. I'm here at the Market Theatre Laboratory in their rehearsal room. Ntate, it's a pleasure to be here with you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
I wanted to speak to you. We had a conversation about how you had an interview, and then there were certain things you didn't talk about the cast, and
Yes,
so
yes.
I hope this opportunity gets to be to help you with that.
Absolutely.
So
yeah.
I wanted to ask you like an icebreaker, right?
Yeah.
I want you to say, or if you remember how we know each other, or how
Right.
we first met.
How we first met.
Yeah.
I met this guy when we were doing a play called Kalibitso La Moya, written and directed by Momo Matsunyane, who is at the moment playing half-half in the play called As Crazy. And he came around through Zwelane. We call him Zwelane, but it's Zolani Changas, right? He came around as somebody very quietly and remotely at the back there, and you ask yourself, come on, Muto, And one thing I picked up, he's an artist because he has an ear for music. And as he started talking about music, I was like, this guy knows the keys. And him and Zolani, that's why they know each other, because Zolani is also a singer, he's a composer, and this dude over here is a composer, singer, and a performer, and his physicality tells us is somebody who exercises, takes care of his body. So I know he's a triple threat. So yeah, we met at the show, and we kicked off very nicely since then. We've kept in touch, and he's a guy who loves theater, who loves going to watch movies. I just went to watch Gladiator. I hate him. I'm a seat first, and he saw it.
Okay.
But yeah, we met at that show.
Yeah.
Sorry, there's a long introduction now.
Yeah, I realized, but it's
Yeah.
okay because it linked to Momo being the director for that, and then now having the opportunity to work on this as an actor.
Absolutely.
So you guys, I'm sure there's a chemistry. You already know each other.
Yeah.
But now I wanna dive in and ask a question about why theater. Why should people come to watch theater? Why should anyone, whether you're a South African or whether you're a tourist, why should you come and watch theater? It doesn't matter which show.
As in comparison with something else, just
Yeah, because people are used to being on their phones and
okay.
maybe TV.
All right. I think theater. Firstly, I'll argue theater started in Africa, right? Before the Greeks, took it and innovated it into what we know as the name, even theater, theatron. It's a place of seeing, right? So people come here to see, to witness something, right? So the beautiful thing about theater is the immediacy. You cannot have that in any other medium, right? But theater, the immediacy, the person is here, right in front of you. You can smell, you can hear, you can feel, touch, everything. And also, it's rewarding not only for the viewer, but it's also rewarding for the performer, because the reaction between the actor and Augusto Boal says he calls it the spec actor, not a spectator. Because even though you're sitting in the audience, you are participating through your laughter, through sometimes audience interaction. You're also a fellow performer. So, and that's what brings the adrenaline, right? So for me, theater is about the immediacy. There's no cut, as in other mediums like film. And let's do that again. I like what Denzel Washington said recently. They asked him about the difference between theater and film. He says, film is for filmmakers, right? Not for the actor. And he argues that you could be giving your best, and then the camera is focusing on the shoe, right? Or you're giving your best, and then they're looking at the reaction shots of the other guy, and not you. But with theater, it is there. When you give your best, people see it. And there's no time of, cut, we didn't rehearse this or whatever, let's start again. It's the show must go on.
Well, I wanna go to the next question,
Yes,
which
yes.
is I wanna go. I want you to take me through the casting
Mhm.
decision to have an all-woman cast, because
Right.
you've done numerous productions of this
Yeah.
show with men and women,
Right.
but now you have all women only, and you're the
Right.
director. So, what was the decision, and how's that working, and why was that important?
Yeah. I think the show spans 30 years now, which
Mm.
is equal to the 30 years of democracy in South Africa. So it also looks at the journey of where we've been as a country,
Mm.
right? 1994, male dominated
Mm.
space, which is the roadworks,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
Almost like even in the mining industry, mining sectors, those type of things
Mm.
where it was just male dominated. Over the years, things started to shift,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
So I wanted to see how you can place women in a very much male dominated space. What will happen,
Mm.
right? Also provoking certain things by
Mm.
doing that. But not only that, what I liked was the camaraderie of the performers, right? Where I had to, as a man, I had to ask questions about, would a woman do this in this particular instance? You know,
Mm.
they were also saying where if a woman is in power, suppresses the other women,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
So it's a saying that you're hearing it, but how true is that? So we started to interrogate such things.
Yeah.
What happens when a woman's dream of tarring the whole streets of the earth, starting her own company,
Mm.
eventually materializes? How does she react to other women? And is it important that she treats other women as, oh, it's I must treat you differently because you're a woman? Or we start to get into those type of debates. Or can I say you're my employee, right? You're my subordinate, so I'm treating you as a subordinate, not as a woman. And now I wanted to see how that pans out. It's quite interesting debates.
I think your answer segues into my next question, which
Right.
is, can you like describe the show for us, for someone who has not watched it?
Yeah.
What can the people expect,
Yes, yes.
and what do you want them to take?
Absolutely. So I have rules in when you analyze a piece, and I use Aristotle, who was a philosopher, Greek philosopher. He has 6 elements. Whether you're an actor, whether you're a writer, whether you're a director, I live by that.
Mm.
Right. The 6 elements means the first one is we are going to look at the theme. What is the theme of this piece? So as we were working through this process, I realized the theme shifted from what it used to be to what it is now. Now the theme is about choice, right? Because the analogy of the road, right? You choose this way or that way. There's no middle ground, right? So, and whatever choice you make, it's you. And one of the characters says, you are the only one who's going to experience that choice that you've made. But whatever choice you make, there's repercussions to that choice, right? So the theme now is about choice, and we also look at the plot. Another thing is the plot, beginning, middle, and end. So how clear is the plot, and whether for an actor, so our main person, are we with the main plot? If we don't get the plot right, audiences cannot empathize with the character. If it's not clear, their journey is clear, then people will not. It's like, I'm not sure of the world of that person. Who is this person? Why must I feel for them, right? So our journey and our job is to ensure that the plot is clear from beginning, middle, and end. There's no, I saw the piece, but I'm not sure what happened to Auntie. It was our main character's story, right? She started off like this, and then somewhere along the lines got confused, right? There shouldn't be those many. People must be clear. As a result, they weep with the person. They feel the pain of the person. They feel the joy of the person. For you to get the audience to do that, the plot must be clear. And of course, another element is characterization, right? Here, the piece has multiple characters. In as much as there's Auntie, she also plays other roles. There's half, who is half and half, who is in the middle of things. So she in this instance, since I wrote this in 1994, being colored was now, you are at the crossroads. you are you moving with the old system or are you moving with the new system, right? And there's a thing of identity crisis. So half is that, right? And then also there's another character called Fat, right? Who's
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, taking orders, you know. Earlier on, he used to take things from people, and then he got a job. Now he's taking orders, you know. So there's a symbol around, and then they play various other characters, but every character must be recognized and recognizable for the audience to do that. And I think another element is, you know, Aristotle has the fourth one, which is diction, which is the language. What language are we using, right, to reach the people? And I think we've done well in terms of mixing various languages in this piece, where it will be for everybody. And there's musicology, or the musicality, musicality. That's the fifth element of Aristotle. Now, the musicality is not just in saying there's music, but it is the musicality in, or the rhythm in our body, the rhythm in our language. So we have an amazing choreographer, Snenhlanhla Mngeyi, who choreographed this, you know, the journey of the characters that we see, moving from this to that. So obviously working together with him to create this transition. So how do the characters embody the rhythms of each and every character? Because all of us have got different rhythms, and that's what makes human beings unique, right? You've got a very calm and somber, you know, rhythm. I probably have a bubbly whatever rhythm, and right. So we complement one another. And lastly is a spectacle.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you. I have only a few questions left.
Yeah.
Maybe three. I'm interested in the writing process and the directing, right?
Yeah.
And the rehearsal process. So I'll just for time's sake.
Yeah.
How was it writing the play back in
94.
Thank
Wow,
you.
that's it.
Wow.
That's a
And
long time.
how is it now? The rehearsal process in 2024 with this
Yeah.
cast, and directing as well. What is your process for directing? Hopefully, those are not too many.
No problem.
Yeah.
I think writing process, obviously, for me, I've got an ebook, right, where I teach a simple formula. We use our five senses to write. You know, what do I hear? What do I see? What do I smell? What do I taste? That helps us with the world of the story, right? So when I started writing this, I was in a taxi, sitting, listening to an argument of these people in the street, where the one was saying, you know, Thai is always black, right? And white lines on top. That means white people will always be on top of us. It started off there, and I saw the analogy, and I saw, how about, what if I took characters in the world of tar, and then tar roadworks, and then it built into, then this person has a dream to start building streets, but a crazy dream of tarring the whole world, and that's how the story was born. But then I saw the analogy linking so much with South Africa at the time. We were having Mandela, who has a big dream of getting everybody with the Rainbow Nation, and you know, how possible is that, right? So that dream drove the character, who was initially a guy called Uwampi, but now is called Auntie. Yeah. So fast forward, obviously I started writing scenes and putting them all together, and I started looking at plays like Woza Albert that inspired me with minimal set, etc. And multiple characters. I thought that's my style, so I started writing. Didn't edit myself, and then I put all the things together to get a thematic story and a plot. But fast forward to 2024, I said, listen, I need to Android this play.
Okay.
Right? Put some injection to what's happening now. Really, comedy of 94, there's certain things that are not funny. And since it's satire, you're talking to what's happening that's current. So there's a lot of things that's not current since 1994, right? That's not going to fly. You make a joke of 94, people are like, they miss it. There's Enigma now, right? There was no Enigma in 1994.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you know, it'll be those type of things. So the injection was really me now working with it. And I'm, firstly as a writer, as a director, kill your darlings. kill your darlings, which means do not be precious about things.
Mm.
If I was precious, I would have told the actors, no, this is how it was done, and I don't want to hear anything. But no, I'm not that guy, because I feel that we need to put in new things, and having people who are also not just actors, they're writers and directors in their own right. So that helped us to go interrogate the script. This doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense, and that was a process. But we ended up having this amazing piece, which I feel comfortable now that we have critiqued ourselves first before we get critiqued by the audience.
Before we close,
Yeah.
where can the people get the tickets?
Absolutely.
And how much are the tickets?
I love that question,
Yeah.
because that's where now the business comes in. So we're talking web tickets. People can get the tickets, and the ticket is priced at 170, 170, just 170. Come on, and but also there's block bookings where if you're more than 10, you can 150 and so on. But yeah, they can find it at web tickets, because I'm afraid if they come at the door, it will be full. So rather get those tickets at web tickets now.
And in closing, with your last word, is there anything you'd like to add? Something you would have liked us to discuss that we didn't talk about?
I think I've just forgot to speak about the date. Sorry, ask me the question of the date. So the 27th of November this month till the 15th of December. Get your tickets now at web tickets. But I think with what you're saying in parting, I think it's great to have people. I want this piece that when people leave the theater, there must be a discussion. Theater is about people coming back again and talking. For too long, we haven't been talking to one another. And a piece like this just pushes people to have a conversation. And when you leave the theater and you start talking, I'm more than happy.
Thank you for your time, and thank you for your answers. I think that was profound. Some gems in there.
Thank you.
And I hope this will help with the audience attendance. And thank you guys for watching. I hope you will like, comment, subscribe, and share. And most importantly, get your tickets while you still can. Cheers.
Thank you.